It's 6:48, new on Live at Daybreak. If your child misses a few days of school, it might not seem like a big deal, but what if it becomes a habit?
You can think of kids as sponges, and they're going to absorb the resources that are provided to them educationally when they're exposed to those resources. We have great evidence of this. And so absenteeism just shuts that faucet off.
Our Pete Servakis joins us now to look at the impact skipping school often can have on your child. Pete, good morning.
Well, Susan, in most states, the school year is 180 days long. You might think that's plenty of time for kids to absorb curriculum and still have a few days here and there out of the classroom, especially when students are in kindergarten or first grade. But before you let your child stay home for a reason other than an illness, think again.
Sickness aside, how often do you let your child miss school?
I think it would only be like maybe those 2 days.
Yeah, I don't think that we would do more than a couple days.
Yeah.
Bob Pianta is dean of the Curry School of Education at the University of Virginia. He and fellow researchers followed 1,300 kids from birth through high school and looked at attendance trends. They found missing school starting in kindergarten could become a habit.
But if someone is on the upper edge of absenteeism in any given year, they tend to be on the upper edge of absenteeism across the years. And when you start looking across years, they miss a lot of school.
The researchers found chronically absent students missed about 189 days between kindergarten and 8th grade. That's more than a full year. And those missed opportunities for learning do add up.
More absences between kindergarten and 8th grade tend to predict poor performance at age 15.
The absenteeism had an effect on standardized test scores and GPA. Some students also showed sadness and withdrawal. Pianta says if a child asks to skip school, that could be indicative of an underlying problem, and that should be addressed right away.
So parents have to ask these questions in gentle and sometimes subtle ways.
Start by asking who they hang out with during the school day, who they sit with at lunch, which classes they like or don't like, and how they feel about their teachers. All that information could help parents and teachers increase a child's school attendance.
The researchers say by the end of 8th grade, a typical child misses around 63 days. That's about 6 to 8 absences a year. So that 180 number, of course, way too many.
Yeah, the reasons for kids missing school, though, they can be complicated. I mean, there's just such a wide range you want to get a handle on.
Yeah, well, I think what that expert was saying was, sickness is fine. Just think about it before you pull them out for 2 weeks to go to Greece. Not that my parents ever did that. They never did. But
how did Greece make its way into this story about absenteeism?
Moms and dads, you want to try to avoid doing that.